They could have just waited a little bit more. Oh, obviously level 1 lift, not the greatest range. Just wait a little bit more. I don't think NT suspected anything. But anyway, they will go down to the bottom lane. But this is a much tankier target. And 33 not even going to bother with the roar. The block is there, but again, this is an Ursa with 1000 HP, a poor man shield, magic wand, and raindrops. There is no way they get that kill. Unlike the attempted gank on mid, where Lina would bring a lot of damage. The Tusk being there, Tusk himself doesn't really offer too much damage. And that's perhaps a little bit of a concern with the ENLG lineup, is that they have 3 heroes which don't offer a whole lot of damage, you know, between the Rubik, the Jugger, between the Rubik, the Tusk, and the Beastmaster. Snowball into lift, into an Omni Slash just before the quick wave arrives, and that's a nice kill. And this time they did bring a hero that deals damage, and they pick up the Warlock, which leads to an easy tier 1 push, you know, between the level 1 Inner Beast and the Aquila from the Jugger, which is turned off for some reason. I should be turning it on. There we go. Should be an easy tower. And they also kill the Warlock, which, you know, not the biggest impact, but he really wanted to get his level 6 sooner rather than later, and he is close to it. Low Dance reads the situation correctly and moves on to the top lane, actually pulling the enemy creeps onto the safe lane camp. Night Stalker would possibly pick up this XP and last hits, or just help him get the tower. Yeah, he'll go for those last hits. Low Dance pinging out, hey man, this is what I set up for you. But yeah, just keeps the creep away so that Low Dance is able to grab that tier 1 trade. So pretty textbook response. Dire carry TPs to the enemy safe lane to grab that tower with the offlaner and a gank. And the Radiant carry TPs to the Dire safe lane to get that tower in return. But now, rotation comes to mid, and this is 5 heroes, and this tier 1 mid is taking a lot of damage. Clear that friends do want to defend this, but already the tower dropped below half HP, so they will be able to defend it. I don't think NLG want to force this too hard, because now Warlock is level 6, and it's very, very scary to fight into the rock. But hold that thought, looks like they are forcing it after all. The Warlock ulti connects, Fatal Bonds, nice impel onto 2. Roar is still available, will be roaring the Nyx. Carapace on cooldown now, NT in trouble, did Astro up Milan, but will not be able to finish him off, and he will go down as well. 3 deaths, and I was saying this rock is scary, but Milan, the only one to fall, Excalibur surviving on about 30 HP, 33 walking away with less than half health, so bit of a close fight. I guess the big factor here is that Ursa was not there. This is their most farmed hero. He just picked up his Blink Dagger. He just wasn't in the fight. Still though, it was not the biggest gold swing, and I guess you could say mission accomplished for friends despite all the deaths, because they did keep their tier 1 tower alive. And that's arguably more valuable than winning or like getting or preventing a couple hero kills. You know, the tier 1 tower just accounts for so much map control, so much vision, so much reach. It's the most important tower in the map, the tier 1 mid. Low Dance with the blink will be revealing that blink now. Kind of odd rotation. I guess NLG sensed what was happening anyway, because they're all 5 grouped up, and Ramses not really given the opportunity to find a pick off. Hawk will be scouting things out too. Angry Bear blinks and Earth shocks it down, but the siege continues on this mid tower. It's been committed from Excalibur, and they know that the Warlock ult is down. That's of course big downside of this otherwise amazing spell, is the massive 60-second cooldown, and Impale will be stolen by J4, as I mentioned before. No cast time on this Impale is amazing and turns it into a 6 spell, especially because he's able to set up for himself. Milan kind of out of position. Impale completely off the mark. Nice shards blocking the rest of friends, so Chase will not be on for Milan. And a bit odd to see the skill build not having any points in the PvO yet by Always Wanna Fly, even though that spell would be quite impactful in situations like these where the enemy team is all grouped up. Radiant scan for a wraparound, but you know, it's just the entirety of NLG being here together. Healing ward. Illusion will bait out a couple of spells. And the tower, it does end up going down. Friends, you know, spending all their heroes, and this is where, you know, a bit of a weakness from their lineup being so gank centric. and you know, lacking the tower push that NOG has thanks to that Beastmaster and the Jugger. We can see that it was pretty obvious, you know, NOG grouping up as 5, taking that tower mid, but whereas normally the response would be to just have your core split push another lane and pressure another tower, you know, like let's say you have a Weaver or a Klinx or LD doing that. But when your cores are Ursa and OD, they cannot really be pressuring other lanes because the heroes just don't do that very well. Roche kind of faked out, I say faked, but it's just the Sigil scouting things out, so that makes friends think twice about it. Sigil is beaten down, and now the vision is lacking a little bit. They do have the Hawk again, though. Hawk and the Sigil, you know, proving quite annoying for friends because like so much vision advantage going the way of NLG. Of course, Night Stalker does help mitigate that a little bit, especially once he gets Zaganims, but not having had the greatest game so far and not too many kills. Ice Shroud's flying in. Low dance kind of low in the pit, and Omni Sash as well as Primal Roar comes out. Ramses will be taken down before he gets any spell off. Roshan does go down to the Dire actually. Milan snatches not only the Aegis but also the last hit. Nice shard block on No Fear, he'll be able to walk away still. And a defensive Astro allows a low dance to blink out. Bit of a misplay there, thinking that that kill is secured. Layering a Dragon Slave right on top of the Astro would prevent the blink out, but perhaps slight miscommunication. Still, NLG more than happy with this turn of events because, yeah, getting Aegis, the Roche last hit is honestly like close to equally important as the Aegis at this stage, like this early into the game. It's just a lot of money, and they managed to snag both with a lineup that, you know, wouldn't really get Roche that quickly themselves. So really nice play by friends. Now NT on the top lane, trying to get some farm, trying to get some split push going at this stage. Of course, is able to clear waves decently, but not really going to be threatening the tower too much. Now Alodance actually finds out Kaiser really far out on his own. Bit of miscommunication there. They had that one ops here, which maybe helped them feel safe, but Alodance just finds him. And now he did respawn instantly though, thanks to that talent, and is already TPing back in. Alodance now in a bit of a rough spot, and Rage of course already on cooldown. Upheaval doing work, slowing him down a little bit, but it's only level 1 and still no Warlock Golem available. Nice LSA onto 2 heroes, Dragon Slave is there as well. Roar already used though, and now an Impale. OD cannot really get any instacks though because level 1 orb and so much attack speed, so gets Laguna, gets snowballed and bursted down. Now friends are on the run. Blade Fury will make quick work of the Ursa as well. No Fear gonna be taking down the Aegis but dying on the back, and always on a fly dropping as well. That's 4 dead from friends. Ramsey is the sole survivor, about halfway to his blink, but another successful fight for NLG, and that's a fight without Omnislash. It looked like Lina being out of position, but now I'm starting to think that was just an amazing play by Kaiser. Dying, you know, on purpose, just to make use of that minus 30 second respawn timer, because he was respawned instantly, TP to the shrine, and rejoined the fight just as it started. And of course, in the process of dying, he forced out a couple spells. He forced out Ursa and Rage, I suppose most importantly. And without that Ursa and Rage, the hero just is really underwhelming in fights, especially this early into the game. Level 1 and Rage, no Aghanims, massive cooldown. So really nicely done by NLG, and more importantly, they get the tier 2 out of it. So not just, you know, a couple kills for no real benefit, but they actually get a tower out of it. Now Stolen Vendetta J4 looking to set up. Ramses has Sentry as well as Dust. Will the follow-up be there though? 33 TPing in, kind of walking straight into jungle past the creep wave. Ramses may have spotted this, but looks like he didn't, so he's gonna be, you know, he's like, oh, I'm very close to my blink, I have a DD, I really want to snatch these camps. But there's the Vendetta hit, there's the Stolen Impale into Roar. Beautiful chaining, and that's a free kill with the Necronomicon. Really nicely done by J4. And that puts Dix further away from his blink, and again, it's just looking really rough for friends who is supposed to be dealing the damage in these fights. I want to point out, I don't entirely like the skill build. I see a lot of ODs, but the 4th point in Essence Aura is actually not necessary if you want to be able to just cast your orb without cooldown. Actually, shards are blocking them off. LSA you barely missing. Has to be careful. Bloodstone completed on Lina. As I was mentioning, the 4th point in the Essence Aura is not necessary to spam your Arcane Orb without running out of mana. not until you get the 4th point in Arcane Orb, which obviously is far away from. And you really want those points in Arcane Orb early, because every single hit, especially when you are not getting that many hits in the first place, every single hit really counts. And remember, this fight, he had about 4 to 5 stolen intelligence. That was level 1 orb, that means 4 to 5 hits. Imagine if you had a level 2 or 3 orb there. That 5 stolen int could be 15 stolen int, could mean a bit of a stronger ultimate, and it's every little bit adds up. And when you're behind, you want to get as much damage as possible in these fights, you know, just so you are able to maybe get a kill, get the snowball going. So no fear working on that Aghanims, nearly halfway there. 18 minutes. It's not terrible timing for position 4 support. Again, the main issue here is that they're lacking towers. They've only taken 1 tower compared to NLG's 3 towers taken, and you know, the towers that NLG have taken, I'll normally see every single tier 1, but actually this is a much nicer, because taking both towers on the enemy safe lane as well as the tier 1 mid means the enemy jungle is just so exposed, so vulnerable, between aggressive warding, between hawks and sigils flying around. Even a carry like Ursa doesn't really feel safe farming there. And now 4-man smoke from NLG. Excalibur is showing himself on the top lane, but has a TP ready should the fight break out. He just wants to push this out, and you know, there's no significant threat. The only stun piercing his spin TP is the Warlock Rock, and looks like NLG will be walking the high ground. Hawk scouting things out. Dust already committed on Ramses, but no one quite close enough to get a jump. You know, no Beastmaster yet for the blink. That opt for the Necro 3. Gives him that true side in the fights and an extra push, extra fighting power, and you know, that's a okay decision. A lot of sentries being dropped down as well. But yeah, it doesn't mean that their only catch is really the snowball for now. With that being said, it's not like they need more catch, because again, they just push very well between the Lina, the Jugger, even the Lina now becoming a bit of a fearsome right clicker with 3 points in the passive, and you know, with the Inner Beast aura as well, just it makes pushing pretty easy and pretty quick for Knowledge Gaming. Silence on the Tusk, and there's a jump, so Enrage committed, will get that kill also, Basher kicking in there, but now the return comes Omnislash, nice Astro by OD, saving him, but will pay with his own life in return, tries to get a TP out, will get it, meanwhile on the back, Warlock Golem dropped, Ramses will be going down, they do get the Tusk, that was the initial kill, Healing Ward coming out, keeping NLG alive. J4 will go down though, and Kaiser actually died already and respawned. Now he's running back into the fight. That's the Rock killed. 33 going down in the woods now. Bash coming out on the Excalibur. Golem slaps him down. Necro's trying to get some return kills, but this Ursa, a successful fight for NLG. Again, a really nice play actually by NT. It looked like he was gonna go down, but that quick presence of mind to get the TP out after saving his friend. The Tusk, just really well done by this OD. I believe that would be the fight winning play. Although possibly a bit of a mistake by Juggernaut to chase down that OD when, you know, it was a quick kill on their Tusk, but Tusk is not super instrumental when it comes to their fight, and they could have still taken a decent fight 4 versus 5, considering the Ursa and Rage was already committed, but they just let Ursa run past the Jugger into his team, did not Omnislash Ursa, tried to get the kill on Tusk, the kill on Night Stalker, sorry, with the Omnislash, who got saved by the OD, and then the OD managed to TP out, did not even die to the remaining Omnislash bounces, so really nice fight by friends, and you know, NLG perhaps not as far ahead as they think they are. Now Rams is setting up another kill, has the blink, but didn't have to use it, just a vendetta hit. They're not going down yet again. Of course, not the biggest issue for a Tusk to be dying, it's just that Tusk after all didn't actually choose to max out the Sigil here. I would have thought it would be a pretty good game for the Sigil, you know, as I mentioned, the movement and attack speed slow, really nice against these cores. Attack speed mostly against the OD, and movement speed still really nice against the Ursa. Because, again, it is a lingering slow that Enrage does not help against. .33 now pressuring the bottom lane, working on his blink, so they have a bit more clear way to take fights and to, you know, get a solid initiation. Looks like they don't want to give up this top tower for nothing. Kaiser did have a Shadow Blade queued up, but you know, between the Night Stalker, Vision, Aghanim soon coming out, Gem undoubtedly will follow. He does not feel that great about having a Shadow Blade, also considering that they are 5-manning a lot. Of course you might think, yeah, BOT not really a 5-man item either, but the thing that BOT allows you to do is, as a hero with Bloodstone and low respawn, it allows you to die, respawn, and instantly TP back into the fight. And Kaiser will actually be going for the cast range talent over the attack damage talent. So again, a bit more of a casting build rather than a right click. Can't say I entirely agree with it. I think the attack range is just too valuable to attack damage is too valuable to pass up. 50 damage is just so much at this stage of the game. It's essentially, you know, 50% increase with physical DPS, and considering how much attack speed he has, 225 from that Fiery Soul, on top of the 45 from the Inner Beast. I think it's a bit of a mistake to not take the damage. Not to mention the Necro Auras and the Blightstone and everything. Medallion possibly coming out from one of these supports, but it looks like they both have Blinks queued up. So they are just running around looking for each other. It's very interesting, both teams. Of course, Radiant is smoke, but the ping's already come out, and there is actually an observer. Kaiser will break the smoke to get the courier, but it does not get it. He only had that attack damage. Now Omnisash already committed. This is already looking like an awkward fight. Nice rock drop by Always Wanna Fight. The rock will be taken down, but he drops the Fatal Monster and the Upheaval. So much space created by this Warlock. Now Milan will be going down on the side of Friends, but they are kind of leaving their OD alone. Roar is still available. He wants to get it off on OD. There's the Vision, the zoo of someone's chasing, but OD will make it out. And the rest of Friends just did kind of a Dota split. Looks like they don't want to take this fight just yet because Night Stalker is so close to finishing his Aghanims. Now he has it. Rams is cut out by the Necro, but should be fine, has a Blink available too. Well, then thinking about going back in, completely Aghanims, where did he get that? Alona is just finding farm out of nowhere. I suppose big victor of the previous fight. Rock was actually stolen by J4, I missed that, so that's a stolen golem. Not the greatest DPS against Roche, but you know, it helps. And NLG will be going for Roche for their own, but here's that Night Stalker Aghs. Takes on the Hawk, and now NLG may want to think twice about this Roche attempt. Quickly swiping down without committing Enrage. Laguna will fly out. Ursa still looking healthy. Did commit his Enrage though. Now Milan is dead. No Fear being chased by Excalibur. We're committing really hard for this kill, and he's not even gonna get it. Double kill for Low Dance. What a beautiful upheaval action on the backlines. That's why Jugger has no backup, because everyone else was being slowed down so heavily. Nice Astro until he gets the Beastmaster. Now Lina will be the last to fall. Trying to sprint away with that Fiery Soul, but Nyx is there. Impel will connect, and that's another kill. No Bloodstone suicide possible. Monster kill for this Ursa, and what a beautiful fight from Friends. Just showing such amazing use of this Night Stalker vision advantage. Like they see perfectly the entirety of NOG. NOG vision was seriously lacking, obviously because of that darkness effect. Everyone vision range is reduced to 675. They don't commit to finishing the Roche. Milan, they spot the Tusk being slightly out of position. Like this is, you know, out of position, but by so little, you know, by 200-300 units. But when you have a Night Stalker with an Aghanim, you are able to spot that. So Ursa able to jump right on top of him. Doesn't have to use Enrage, because when you get 6 quick hits in from Overpower, the bash is all but guaranteed. Takes down the Tusk, you know, the return kill is attempted, but he's able to Enrage off the Primal Roar stun. And from there, Jugger committing really hard to chase down the Night Stalker, but unable to get the kill because the rest of his team can't back him up, because they're all slowed from a really nice upheaval, which is now level 3 by Always Wanna Fly. You know, possibly the most valuable spellcaster, that upheaval. Ramses gets the stun onto Lina, but the duration is pretty much the same, 2.5 on LSA and 2.4 on Carapace, so not really able to chain that up with Impale of his own. But here comes another darkness from the Night Stalker, so nice shards though, actually gets caught out, and oh no, this is pretty significant mistake from No Fear. Will not be losing any gem, but Roar actually comes out onto Ramses now. He's gonna be the next target. Omnisash committed, Vendetta not available, will finish him. Really nice bounces, pretty much staying on target there, and slightly over eager by Friends, and really nice shards. Those ice shards really just made that kill on the Night Stalker happen. Would not have happened otherwise. Alodan just boldly blinking and killing the healing ward, really counting on his enrage as well as the Aegis. He's not afraid of anything. Now they commit, but the Warlock Golem dropped with the Fatal Bond. So nice, so much damage. Upheaval still on cooldown, but OD is on the chase. Can they get any kill? Beautiful shards though to block things off. G4 with Stolen Rage will not be taking a lot of damage, and NLG Bale. Friends would have liked to get a bit more out of that with, you know, get actually a kill from this using the Warlock ult, but still, they lost their Nyx Assassin and their Night Stalker. Their position 3 and 4, they lost them right outside their base, with 5 NLG heroes being there, and you know, normally that's really, really threatening because, as I mentioned, NLG lineup pushes quite well, but still, with only 3 heroes, they managed to just defend. The tower barely took any damage, and they didn't even spend the Aegis on Ursa. And now 3-3 caught out, not really much you can do about that. Nyx just really nice against Beastmaster because obviously with invisibility you don't really care about Hawks scouting because they can't. Hawks don't have true vision. And I have to say, the draft from Friends really, like NLG's draft, as I mentioned, they have that great vision advantage with the Tusk and Beastmaster combo, but Friends draft, I mean, just that Night Stalker counters it so heavily. Not just the Night Stalker but also the Nyx, having, you know, reducing enemy vision, getting unobstructed massive vision of your own thanks to the Night Stalker Aghanim's, and then also having an Invis hero to set up for kills. Just really nice response to the lineup that NLG is going for. We'll be switching over to it. I'm not sure why it was on XP per minute. Take a look at Lina here. Again, did commit for that caster build, and I'm still really doubting that that was the right call. Considering he's up against a Nyx Assassin, so I feel like it would be much better to build into some right-click items like that Shadow Blade, but also maybe just some armor items to stay tanky, buff the team. Again, I think an AC is a really great item on Lina. Perhaps, you know, Beastmaster wants to get it at some point, but either that or perhaps an Orchid, you know, to silence up the Ursa or the Nyx is great against both of those. No Lotus Orb. Actually, Lotus Orb will be coming out soon for Always Wanna Fly. In fact, right now, flying out on the Queer. There's the Perseverance. So, Lotus Orb, great pickup, will be making it very difficult to, you know... Oh, Roar Nice comes out from Ramses. Hawk scouting things out despite the reduced night vision. So, as this is quickly blown up, they commit pretty much just the Roar. But, you know, Friends didn't want to take a fight there. The Golem is still on cooldown. But yeah, this Lotus Orb is actually an amazing pickup. I love this choice by Always Wanna Fly. You know, got the Midas to secure the late game Axe, but stopped for a Lotus Orb first because Omni Slash, you know, you don't really want to use it on that Lotus Orb guy. Roar, you don't want to use it on him. Lift, you know, all the Rubik spells, Laguna Blade. Lotus Orb is just amazing in this game against NLG lineup. I'm just blinking forward, swiping down that creep. Low on mana, but you know, with the OD Essence Aura should be no issue. Just cast a couple spells, I'll be right back up to full. Gem spots out that ward now on the Night Stalker. Well, that's not really getting lucky with the Essence Aura. Let's see if he's gonna pop Overpower here. Needs to be close. Now picks up a BKB actually, and this Ursa again staying on top of the network, just really well playing, well played by a lower dance, being able to keep up so much and farm despite. I mean, this is not the easiest Ursa game. Like, sure, he's good against the Jugger and the Lina, but you know, the Tusk and the Beast have a pretty easy time of carrying him, or should. Now OD finally recovering, you know, getting his levels, getting the items, the Blink Pike, you know, now you have the mobility you're looking for, able to really utilize that Night Stalker vision. Imagine sell his Null Talisman to get a TP scroll, or generally just keep it and have him use the backpack. A little bit of extra stats can't hurt. And now, yeah, Lotus Orb will most likely be going on Always Wanna Fly, should be the first to go in, or could perhaps also go on the OD, you know, because Ursa does have both BKB as well as Ags available. So 4-man smoke behind Always Wanna Fly. I mean, it's quite obvious, but again, let's take a look at the Dire Vision, of course. Darkness will be coming off cooldown soon, and let's see if we can catch the moment of Dire's vision as Darkness gets popped, because that is truly a very scary moment, because it isn't daytime now, but our lower dance runs in, Darkness should be coming out very shortly. There we go, and just see how scary things become. Dire lose all vision and they have no idea what's going on. Sigil is not really doing a whole lot, and now they're just, you know, huddling up behind the towers, but there comes the Nyx. And let's see what Friends are up to. They're trying to get initiation. Nice, Carapace gets stunned on 2. Defensive snowball coming out, but BKB from a low dance just allows him to keep chasing forward. Has the enrage still available. Omnislash now coming out. There's the enrage, able to tank through it. Warlock Golem not really connecting on a whole lot, and now low dance needs help. There's the defensive Astro. Beastmaster, you know, in the backline still has roll available. A low dance actually does go down. Now stolen. There's the roar. There's Laguna onto OD. He will be taken out. Always want to fly now out of position. Ramses, you know, trying to get whatever he can done, but it's looking really rough here. And even Kaiser will still survive through all of that thanks to Shrine usage. And J4 will be the only one dying. So very unsuccessful fight for Friends. I just feel like they got super over eager, like that jump by a low dance, perhaps underestimating the defensive snowball. And like if he commits to the enrage, he can maybe burst down one target, but he didn't. And then once the snowball comes out, it just becomes really difficult for Ursa to really latch onto a target. That's again the issue with Ursa. Actually, let's say connect zone to Ramses, but you know, a couple seconds left on the roar cooldown, so we'll be fine. And now NLG look to be pressuring this. Buybacks are not available. Well, but it's not the biggest price to pay for getting both sets of racks, as actually as the Necronomicon Warrior finishes off the range racks. So again, as I was mentioning, this Ursa, despite having both an axe as well as a BKB, as well as a Blink and a Basher, it's like all four of these items, you know, serve the same purpose, like prevent yourself from getting kited and like allow yourself to stick onto a target. But even then, it's still really hard for this Ursa because as you saw in this fight, just between the snowball and the shards and all the slows, it's just he wasn't able to burst anyone down quickly. Even defensive Yules, you know, forcing him to switch targets constantly. And yeah, that Warlock ult was quite far off the mark. It didn't hit anyone, but that's again because it hit, I think, only Juggernaut. But it was because the low dance blinked so far forward, so aggressively. The Warlock is not the quickest hero. He has, of course, gas range talent, so the range on a golem is great, but the hero himself only has 340 movement speed, so you can't just run forth and expect him to magic chase. You have to try and stick together. Roar will be cancelled, but there's the blink follow-up, and now he should be dead. Actually, Roar not even needed as the Yule's coming out from Kaiser. Courtesy of that cast range talent, I guess this is where it is quite useful to have when you're on the chase. And yeah, without their Night Stalker, without that vision advantage, Friends will be bailing. It is of course nighttime now, but the Night Stalker's dead. And actually OD being chased up here, blinks back to his buddy Ursa. LSA comes out, but now Angry Bear jumps onto Lina. Bash is there, but so is the lift. He did not use the BKB in time. Will actually finish up the kill. You know, another defensive Astro, and this OD baiting them quite hard. Now Omnislash coming out though. Nice golem, actually makes the Omnislash bounce to it, saving the Ursa because his enrage was not available. Now it is available again. Upheaval will be slowing down things. Roar onto low dance, but the enrage was still there, so he's able to just take off the stun. Trying to chase him down with the boar slow. Nice Ramses coming in with the impale, will be taken down now. Always Wanna Fly is dead. Carapace onto a bunch of heroes, but Snowball negates it, and Ramses next to fall. Finally Night Stalker respawns, but his team is dead. The spells are on cooldown. Sanity's Eclipse is now just becoming ready. Actually gets stunned up in a bad spot now. Defensive Astro forced. NT kind of forced the thing into the enemy team. Will be converged on. Has buyback. Will possibly popping it right here. Okay, so now ultra kill for Excalibur's. No Fear goes down for the second time. Now Aloha Dance. He still has buyback and Rage keeping him safe for a little bit. Another defensive Astro. There's the Sanity's Eclipse. Takes down the two supports. Kaiser's though still fighting up against him. Aloha Dance dies. Buying back again. Astro Imprisonment defensive another time. Impale onto Excalibur. And T blinking behind Kaiser has a pike on cooldown. Will be able to have it soon. Actually pops it on himself instead of 33. Another defensive Astro. He took down Lina. A low dance buyback took down the... Can the Necros get the kill? No, they can't. Nice Impale. A low dance took down Excalibur together with Ramses on the back lines, and that's a full team wipe. But what a fight! 3 buybacks on the cores, 14k, 18k. I mean, so many spells. That was the longest fight ever. In gold change, you can see the gold doesn't really change a whole lot. I guess the big victors of this are this Jugger, who got 1.1k gold, and Lina, who just didn't get any kill last hits and ended up dying in the end. But yeah, they hold, but it's extremely costly. Now Roche will be attempted. Kaiser, first one in Jugger, is still dead. Buyback is available, but just drops the Laguna. Carapace already baited out. BKB makes uses. Ramses down for 80 seconds with no buyback. Anti trying to lay the hits in. Ghost Scepter makes it difficult. Upheaval, nice and slowing up everyone. Ghost Scepter keeps J4 alive for a little bit, but Stolen Astro keeps himself safe. Now Roar onto NT. He's in trouble. Can they keep him safe? The answer is no. Low dance trying to take down Kaiser, but so much slow. Enrage is still available. Has to pop it now as he's going down, but it's not really gonna help against the big slow and the sigil slow and everything. Slowing him so much, and NLG killed the 3 cores that have no buybacks, and that's without their Juggernaut using his own buybacks. So they kill everyone, they get the Roche, and now they have 80 seconds with no Nyx and no OD to, you know, get as many objectives as they wish. Shrines will be ignored, of course, because they can just run down mid, and they just call GG because, yeah, they recognize this is game. Even if they respawn in time to defend the last set of racks, which, you know, they probably won't. NLG have that Aegis and Cheese advantage, so well played by NLG. I mean, this last play might look like a bit of a throw, but Friends were down 3 buybacks, and they kind of had to go for something, you know, they had to try that Roche. They get it, you know, but if they just sat in base, they would have lost anyway, so... again, I did like Friends draft.